From the blind eternities to your favorite local game store, welcome to Planeswalker Radio, your ultimate source for all things Magic the Gathering. Whether you're slinging spells at Friday Night Magic, brewing the perfect deck, or just diving into the lore of the multiverse, we've got you covered. Join us as we explore the latest set releases, wild deck techs, and the stories behind the cards we love. So grab your deck, shuffle up, and get ready to ignite your spark, because this is Planeswalker Radio. Here at Planeswalker Radio, we love turning cardboard sideways and slinging spells, and it's important to us that the place we choose to do that is fun, relaxed, and professional. That's why we choose to buy our cards and accessories at First Player. Their showroom staff in Calgary, Alberta are some of the best in the business with decades of experience. They're always able to help us and members of the community find exactly the correct cards to add to our latest decks. Don't live in Calgary, Alberta? Not to worry, they ship Canada-wide. Check out their website at firstplayer.ca for Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Lorcana, and the accessories to protect your cards. First Player, the heart of the gaming community in the heart of Calgary, Alberta. Find their website linked in the description below. Don't go anywhere, the show is about to begin.
What's up, Nerd Home? Welcome back to another episode of Planeswalker Radio. Today, we're talking about some fun stuff, some secret stuff, you might say.
Some secret stuff. That's true. This is the first time that we've ever covered Secret Lair.
Yeah.
Usually it's kind of off the beaten path, to the side.
Yeah.
You know, collectors are looking at it, but players aren't really. And it's kind of back and forth and all that. This time, everybody's got all eyes on what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean we bash on Universes Beyond a lot here at Nerd Home and on Planeswalker Radio, just because we think it most of the time doesn't have a place. But if it was like this all the time,
yeah,
it would be great.
Yeah.
Because this is a Secret Lair drop that we're getting for PlayStation.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing this in two parts, just because there's a lot of content within this Secret Lair, which is also kind of unusual. But you know, lots of really cool stuff that fits. Whether you're a collector, a player, whatever you're doing with it, it just all fits.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited about them doing this as a concept of having a massive release. Right, I think it's between 30 and 35 cards total in the PlayStation over 7 games. It's incredible, and like you said, I think some of the Universes Beyond would be a lot more digestible in condensed formats like this.
Absolutely. 35 cards versus 120 or whatever it might be. You know, it brings that flavor into the game without trying to change what the game is.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's a cool way to go.
I agree.
And to be honest, even the sets that, like the games that they brought in from PlayStation here, they're long-time beloved games that people have been playing. I mean, since I started playing video games.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all fantasy.
Yeah,
they fit in that magic fantasy motif, especially the first two we're going to cover today, the God of War games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely fit into that motif of gods, heroes, magic, demons, all of that. It fits everything. It just fits.
Yeah, it fits what magic feels like it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we'll just get right going here. There's a lot to go over. We're going to start with the God of War Greek set. Right, there are 2 God of War sets that we're going to go over. We're going to start with the Greek. The very first card we're going to touch on is Kratos, God of War. So it is 3 red pips for a legendary creature, God Warrior, 2/3. He's got double strike. Feels just incredibly appropriate.
Yeah, completely accurate.
That's exactly what should be on there.
Yeah.
All creatures have haste, so a haste enabler.
And that is all creatures, just to point that out. That's board wide, so it's not just you.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that.
Yeah. At the beginning of each player's end step, Kratos deals damage to that player equal to the number of creatures that player controls that didn't attack this turn.
Yeah, so kind of reminiscent of some cards we've had, but with all your creatures. You know, this kind of gives me Alexios vibes.
Yeah.
But instead of just Alexios needing to attack, it's everybody.
This feels like it's goad, but it's not goad.
Absolutely.
Right? It's goad, but it's like you have a choice here. You can follow the rules that I'm setting out. You can go and be aggressive because that's all Kratos wants. It's everybody, all aggression, all out, right? That's why he's giving everything haste. it's just raw combat. He's like, and if you don't, you're going to get punished, right?
Yeah.
There's some things that'll counter this healthily, right? Anything that's a massive life gain deck, they just don't care about it,
Yeah,
right?
they're just swinging, or they're not swinging because they don't care about the life
Yeah.
loss. Yeah,
Can,
absolutely.
can you imagine the kind of chaos this will cause, though, if you're like, you don't do life gain, you have a token wide board, and you're just swinging 20 tokens, and you're just constantly
That's
churning through,
what I
like,
was thinking when I read this. I'm like, this is gonna be massively problematic for a token style deck,
it's
because
gonna
a lot
be,
of token decks, they need to build a board state before they can start swinging.
yeah,
So as soon as you're like, you have to swing because you have 15 creatures on the board, and if you don't swing, you're taking that all as damage. Wow, it's just
yeah,
anti-token
it's
through and through.
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, a 2/3 for 3 red pips. I'm not mad about that either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's good.
Next up, we've got a reskin of World at War. This is called the Battle of Olympus. It is five CMC, 3 generic, 2 red pips. It's a sorcery card that says after the second main phase this turn, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. So you're getting your second combat of the game, or of the turn, I should say. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures that attacked this turn. I really love the rebound keyword on this card as
Hmm.
well. It gives you a turn to turn double combat phase. So if you have a wide board, you're swinging twice. As long as that first turn goes well for you and you're not kind of spent on the first turn and you don't lose all your creatures, your second turn is probably going to be a killing blow.
Yeah, a- absolutely.
Yeah,
This again, it fits the idea of even just the Kratos card that we went over already of raw aggression,
yeah,
right? I
absolutely,
think it was a really good pick for reskinning for this Secret Lair.
absolutely, yeah,
The next card we're going to go over is the Blades of Chaos Bonds. This is another reskin of Rite of Flame. Now, notably, usually we're a commander-focused podcast. This card can be used in Commander. There are ways of making it viable, but more often than not, it's better in 60-card formats
yeah,
where you're allowed multiple copies of the same card.
absolutely, yeah,
So Blades or the Blades of Chaos Bond is a 1 red mana sorcery. It says add 2 red mana, then add 1 red mana for each card named the Blades of Chaos Bond in each graveyard.
yeah,
Okay, so um, it is notably good in 60 card formats
yeah,
because you can have 4 copies of the Blades of Chaos Bond
yeah,
in there, which means as you're using them, you're generating more and more mana.
exactly. I do like that it's in each, right?
Yeah,
So if your opponent casts it, you're like, hoo, I get to cast it next, right?
yeah,
So it gives you kind of a scaling
yeah,
there, even in something like Commander. How many people are going to be running it though?
yeah,
Tough to say.
yeah. That
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think like in standard format, if this is in a standard rotation, is when it's really good because the chances that you're playing against a player who has red, who's running this card,
yeah,
is much higher. And so both of you will be capitalizing off of having it in graveyards
yeah.
versus Commander, where theoretically you'll max out at 3 copies in everybody else's graveyards, right?
And that's on a good day.
On a good day, yeah. That's if the stars have aligned
Yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Next up, Hades Grip, which is another reskin. Lots of reskins in the Secret Lair, which I kind of like actually.
Yeah, it's pretty typical of
It
Secret Lair,
it,
so
it
yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Hades Grip is a reskin of Sulfuric Vortex. It's 3 CMC, 1 generic, 2 red for an enchantment. This enchantment says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, this enchantment deals 2 damage to that player. If a player would gain life, that player gains no life. Just passive damage across the board. Everybody takes it. It's fair and square. But if you have a life gain deck, it hates you most.
It's I I run things like Havoc Festival where it shuts down life gain because life gain, especially in kind of the general meta, at least that we play in right now, life gain is such a huge thing,
It's important.
right?
Yeah.
And so having things that shut it down, right? Havoc Festival is a 6 mana card.
Yeah.
This is 3 mana,
3.
deals passive damage and shuts it down.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in any aggressive deck, this is an auto.
There's a lot of decks as well that rely on you doing damage on other people's turns.
Yeah,
A lot of commanders that say if you do damage on this person's turn, you get a benefit. This just auto fulfills that
yeah,
criteria instantly, which
yeah,
is a really cool fact as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible. I don't think we see it played nearly enough, especially since it's a reprint, right? Sulfuric Vortex.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a more common
I
card
don't
that we
think I've seen
see.
it once.
I don't think so either. I think we're about to see it a lot more though.
Yeah. And the art on this is cool too.
It's yeah. I mean, that's one thing. Like, of course, the all the cards will be up on the screen as you're watching all this. The art that they put in this is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everything is gorgeous. They did a really good job at capturing the
It-
essence of the
And
games.
considering this is primarily the red part of this Secret Lair,
Yeah.
everything has that really nice red overtone.
Yeah.
It's just, it looks
It
violent.
just yeah, it does. Yeah.
Which is what it should be. It is
That's
God of War.
yeah.
Yeah.
Last card for this God of War iteration, we'll go over another one in a moment, is Kratos Rage, which is reskinned as Pyrohemia.
Hmm.
Pyrohemia, I have seen one person play it, and notably, I should have been copying this person playing it because the person who plays it is intensely good at the game. Kratos Rage is a 4 CMC, 2 generic, 2 red pips for an enchantment that says at the beginning of the end step, if no creatures are on the battlefield, sacrifice this enchantment. So it wants to see stuff on the battlefield.
Yeah.
It doesn't care if it's your battlefield or anyone else's, but like if a board wipe happens and then nobody's able to recover by end step, then it goes away as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it says pay 1 red mana. This enchantment deals 1 damage to each creature and each player.
Yeah.
It does not require you to tap.
Nope. You can do this like 50 times if you have enough red mana. What does red do really well? Create treasures. So it's not like you're not going to have mana to spend on this. Super token countery.
I mean, this is kind of everything countery in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
You can board wipe with this, which is probably why it has that first part, because it deals 1 damage to each creature. If the max toughness at the table is 6,
yeah,
you pay into the 6 times you've wiped the board.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing as well, now that I think about it, there's no timing restrictions on this. You can just do it whenever you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is absolute insanity.
Someone scoot storms and you have this on the battlefield and they do what I do where I scoot storm for 20 at a time and and then all of a sudden there's no more scoot storms.
It's just an off button. You pay really 1 red mana to shut down a strategy.
Yeah.
The idea behind that is nuts.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
and the fact you can do it at what is essentially instant speed.
Yeah.
So I mean this portion of the set really focuses on the aggression of the God of War games, as you can tell from the cards we've spoken about.
Just raw aggression.
It's all power, all punch in the face. There's no blue shenanigans going on here. It's just shoving red down your throat.
Yeah, it's constantly forward. Don't stop until either all your opponents are dead or everybody's dead. There's kind of a lack of like on here on the Kratos Rage. It's not opponents; it's each player. So you don't even care. You'll just kill yourself.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, very, very good. Next up, we've got the second God of War set. So they did the original God of War games, and then they did the follow-up games that they've come out with more recently, which are the Norse games. And to start that off, we've got Atreus, Impulsive Son. So this is Kratos' son, of course, for those of you who don't know and haven't played the game. 3 CMC, 1 generic, 1 blue, and 1 red. So we're stepping a little bit away from the red here. This is a legendary creature, God Archer, 2/4. Reach in title, so with an archer kind of makes sense.
On Izzet is kind of wild.
It is a little bit wild on Izzet. Yeah. This also has a 3 mana tap ability. 3 generic mana to do this tap ability. The tap is draw a card for each experience counter you have, then discard a card. Atreus deals 2 damage to each opponent, and then you can partner it, father and son, with the next card we're going to talk about.
Yeah. I think just to like it'll come up again in this next card as well. I love that they're bringing experience counters into this.
It's a cool mechanic we've seen before, but not very much of.
Yeah.
And I like it.
I like it. I also think lore-wise, the idea of Atreus learning and growing and getting experience literally here.
Yeah.
Putting the experience counter on there is kind of chef's kiss here.
Yeah.
Next card up is Kratos' Stoic Father. He is Boros, actually.
Mm-hmm.
4 CMC, 2 generic, a red and a white for legendary creature. God Warrior. He's a 4/4.
Makes sense. He's a little bit stronger.
A little bit stronger. The
Mhm.
white also makes sense because, again, in the games, he's kind of chilled out a little bit.
Well, but
He's still got the rage.
he's not as angry as he used to be.
Yeah.
Still pretty angry.
He's still pretty angry and all that, but he's got a kid now, and he's thinking about being a parent instead of being just raw violence.
Yeah, exactly. Also has a glorious beard instead of just a goatee.
True.
Still very angry.
Still very angry. Okay, so he says, whenever you attack with one or more gods, and whenever a god dies, you get an experience counter. Okay.
Really cool to see gods getting some love. You know, it's not god cards are great by themselves. They don't need love, but it's cool to see it.
Yeah, and there's very unique interaction in the god cards here. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. At the beginning of your end step, put a number of 1/1 counters on a target creature equal to the number of experience counters you have. And again, he is the partner for father and son, so he links back up with Atreus.
Yeah, so that's experience counters come from the father. He's giving the experience to the son. Just a cool little mechanic piece there.
Yeah.
But both of them are gods, so both of them get stronger. If you remove one, more gods.
Yeah.
More experience.
They scale up on their own. And the nice thing about experience is experience counters are attached to the player. They don't ever leave. They're permanent.
Similar to an emblem.
Yeah, very, very similar. So as they gain it, even if they die, if they get removed, you bring them back. They kind of just pick up where they left off.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, we've got Mimer's Ancient Wisdom, which is a reskin of Teferi's Ageless Insight. So this is a 4 CMC, 2 generic, 2 blue for a legendary enchantment that says, if you would draw a card except the first one you draw in each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead. Can you imagine playing against a Nekusar deck with this? That's just a bad time for everybody involved.
You brought that up while Ruben is sitting right there.
That's kind of why I did it. Yeah, this is this is a card. This is a card. Any amount of blue, you're doing extra card draw.
Yeah.
You're now adding another piece of card draw into that card draw.
Yeah.
So it just chains. It's an enchantment. It's not going to go away very easily. Again, really cool art. I just like it.
Yeah, I think this is really great. It's a reprint, so we've seen it before. I've seen it at tables before and all that. This just gives it great art, great flavor. The whole thing just feels really good.
Yeah, totally.
Up next, we have Freya, Queen of the Valkyries.
This card's crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, we've seen it before. It is a reskin of Iroas, God of Victory. Kind of like the Freya version better. Just it feels all there. It's a 4 CMC, 2 generic, a red and a white for a 7/4 legendary enchantment creature god. To start, it has Indestructible, which is just good.
I just want to touch on 4 CMC for a 7 damage creature.
for a 7/4 Indestructible.
Yeah.
We're talking
just good.
We're talking about power creep there a little bit.
It's right there,
yeah. So she says, as long as your devotion to red and white is less than 7, Freya isn't a creature. Great, that's standard along a lot of the
super
gods.
Easy to get to 7 red and white. If it was a single color pit, maybe a little bit harder, but red and white, you're there in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah.
Creatures you control have menace. Kind of wild. Especially since that's not reliant on anything that has to do with her being a creature.
Nope.
So
that's just there. It's just there.
Yeah. And then the cherry on top, which for 4 CMC makes this feel like you're about to just run away with it. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control. You just mercilessly run, and that's there's no risk. You can't die.
No risk.
There's no risk.
It scares me.
Yeah, this is
especially in red and white.
Yeah,
you know, it's just scary.
I typically see red and white as a more passive, definitely a more token type style.
Especially the white part of it.
Especially the white part of it, right? It kind of chills out the aggressive redness a little bit. This does not feel chill at all. There's zero chill. This is
all go.
This is all go. Just don't stop, which is wild. I really, really love it.
Could you imagine running this in a token deck? You're swinging just a million 1/1s. All of those 1/1s have menace, so it doesn't matter if your opponent has a million 1/1s. You're still getting half of yours through, and then the ones that don't get through are fine.
They're fine. They don't
good.
die. They just
They're okay.
don't die. Yeah.
Find a way to give your creatures vigilance with this card out.
And
Ooh, game over.
It's
that's
crazy.
a win. That's a win.
Which
right there.
in white red getting vigilance is not
so
hard.
easy.
It's
so
not
easy.
hard.
Yeah. So I mean, lots of really cool synergies in this set specifically. It still pairs with the other God of War set as well, because you still have gods coming from the first set. You've got a lot of red support here. Mix of experience and legendary support. Like to see it.
Yeah. Hey, that part of it felt really well rounded. Right. The first part all aggressive. This is now they've kind of rounded out everything. It feels
which again, like the games, all aggression in the first three. Kind of a little, well, I mean, again, still lots of aggression, but still a little bit more chill in the next games that came after. For sure.
Yeah.
Next up, Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake.
So we're moving into the Uncharted set here now, guys. This one is, I've played all of the Uncharted games more than probably 10 times each.
Fair.
They are some of my favorite games that PlayStation has ever done. I'm an Xbox guy, and I thought about while I was growing up getting a PlayStation literally just to play these games. There was nothing else I wanted to play. It was just this. So I'm really excited to see some representation here. I like it. But yeah, starting with Nathan Drake, Treasure Hunter. Fitting name for him. He's 3 CMC. It's a blue, black, and red. So multicolor, no additional cost. Great for a commander if you want these colors. It's always fun to see that. Legendary creature, human rogue. Rogue support. Gotta love it. He is a 3/2. So not as strong as Kratos, which is probably a good thing.
That's appropriate. That seems right.
Seems right. He does, however, have First Strike, which is fitting for his character. He's all about sneaking in and getting the first hit if he has to get into those combat situations. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast spells you don't own or activate abilities of permanents you control but don't own. So obviously the flavor here is steal everyone's stuff.
Yeah.
Once again, flavorful.
Yeah.
Whenever Nathan Drake attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. You may cast a spell from among those cards. So not only is it the right colors to be stealing things, red and blue like to steal things.
Yeah.
You've got black in there for just extra shenanigans. To be honest, I don't fully understand black on this card. It doesn't fit as well as I would like it to, but I'm here for it.
Yep.
You're stealing people's cards. You're playing them with the mana base you have. You don't need to supplement with treasures or any weird fun lands or anything like that. You're just playing them. And he's hitting first.
Yeah. This seems like they just kind of altered Atali Primal Storm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Here. Atali just steals the stuff.
Yeah.
He has to still pay for it.
Yeah.
Right?
But much cheaper.
But yeah, it's cheaper. It's easier. He doesn't care about colors or anything like that. He's just pulling stuff off and doing it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you have a really solid mana base or you are running treasures or that kind of thing, and then you start running multiple combats on top of it, so you're getting multiple steals, you're building your board state based off of everybody else's decks.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very interesting, I know a lot of people like to steal other people's cards, play other people's decks type thing. It's not something that I'm too fond of. But for people who do like it, this card's going to see a lot of play.
I'm probably going to build one just to build one, honestly.
Yeah.
Again, I love these games, so it's one of those things. It's just
fair.
cool.
Moving right along, we have Kings Bay Clock Tower, which is a reskin of Midnight Clock. I think we just saw Midnight Clock come out maybe in Murders at Carlisle Manor. Maybe?
Yeah, it was recent-ish.
Yeah,
sure.
I remember this coming out.
Yeah.
Anywho, it is 3 CMC, 2 generic, and 1 blue for an artifact that taps for a blue. So blue mana rock, 3 for 1 on its own, I don't like.
To be fair, there are a lot of 3 mana rocks that just give you a generic.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if you leave it at that, I'm still okay with it. I don't run 3 mana rocks because, like you,
they're just kind of slow.
They're slow.
Yeah.
But if you're comparing It does fit the bill.
It does, yeah,
It does fit the bill.
absolutely. Next up, you can pay 2 generic and a blue to put an hour counter on the artifact.
Mhm.
Notably, it doesn't require you to tap, so you can do this as many times as you have mana.
Yep.
At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour counter on this artifact, so it automatically does it for itself as well. It's very slow, but it does.
Mhm.
And then when the 12th hour counter is put on this artifact, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards, exile this artifact.
Yeah. So this is kind of if you ask me, a replacement for a Jace. You know, you could use it in that capacity where
Yeah.
if you're building a blue mass mill deck where you're trying to rip through everyone's libraries as fast as possible,
Yeah.
you throw this in there, and when it gets low on your side, you just pound out some hour counters.
Yeah.
And you're back up to full while everyone else is still struggling. I'm not mad at that.
Neither am I.
No. Plus, it's a 3-mana mana rock.
Yeah.
So lots of utility.
I agree. Yeah. It just, I think it's a safety card.
Yeah.
You never build your strategy based off of this card, but it keeps you from having your strategy kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, Eldorado Sarcophagus. This is another reskin, but it's a reskin of a very cool card that I quite enjoy.
Yeah.
Whip of Erebos. This is a 4 CMC, 2 generic, 2 black for a legendary enchantment artifact. Kind of cool that it hits 3 keywords.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Creatures you control have lifelink. Good enough. Let's move on.
I would pay 4 mana just for that.
Yeah. Except we can't because there's also a tap ability on this card. It is 4 CMC to do. It says return target creature card. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it elsewhere, anywhere else. Activate only as a sorcery. So this is a 1-turn. Bring back a creature. It does what it does, and then it's gone for good. Not as important as the 4 CMC. All things have lifelink.
Yeah.
That being said, if you have like a 12/12 in the graveyard and you know you can get it through, it might be nice to pull it out for 4 mana, swing it, and it's gone. Not has its place. Don't get me wrong, just not as important as all creatures have lifelink.
All creatures, that's just really good. I'm not a huge fan of the way it does recursion. Like when I build recursion decks, I want to be playing that card 6, 7, 8 times. Like it's just spamming recursion.
It's a very specific recursion piece. It's if you have an ETB that board wipes, like i.e. a Massacre Girl, and you really need that board wipe, bring it back, board wipe, done.
Yeah.
So there, it has its place, but I agree, it's very specific.
Very specific. Moving on to a reprint here. It's just a raw reprint, not reskinned or anything like that. And I think this is great. I especially love the art on this one. This is art that was used in the games. In the movie,
which they did pretty decent with for this scene. The rest of the movie,
it was
okay.
It was a fun movie that maybe drifted a little bit from the mark. But it was a fun movie. Anyway, the card is Chain Reaction, 4 CMC for 2 generic, 2 red mana for a sorcery that says Chain Reaction deals X damage to each creature, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield.
Just unnecessary.
What a board wipe!
Yeah.
What a board
wipe.
This
is a red Massacre Girl.
It is, except I think it might be a little bit better than Massacre Girl, because Massacre Girl requires things to be dying as it's happening. And
this just does it.
This is just, I see 40 creatures.
I'm dealing 40 damage.
I'm doing 40 damage to each creature, right? This, again, is an off button for things like Scoot Swarm. Where it's, wow, you have 168 Scoot Swarms. It'd be a shame if something happened to them and you cast this.
Could you imagine? I don't know if it exists, but if there was a way to deal excess damage to a player.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's cards out there that do that.
Yeah. In fact, there's cards that are I forget what it is, but there's a commander who's reliant on it. You deal excess damage, and it basically lets you loop damage.
Yeah. So, I mean, just a thought. Please don't do it. Goodbye. Last up for the Uncharted set, we've got another reprint. This is, again, not a reskin, anything like that, but it's Passionate Archaeologist. Jenna plays this card in her loot deck. Essentially, it says, commander creatures you own have, whenever you cast a spell from exile, this creature deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. So this is if you're playing from exile like Loot does, he does that very well.
Yeah.
It makes it so that you're getting additional benefits from just bringing things back.
Mm-hmm.
This also pairs really well with the Nathan Drake card because he is exiling the creatures off of the top or spells off of the top of your opponent's library,
Yeah.
and then putting them out. So deals damage that way.
Yeah.
Things like Atali.
Italy. Yeah.
There's lots of stuff that exiles and then plays. So anything like that.
So that kind of that's all the Nathan Drake stuff. It's got the idea behind it of finding relics
Yeah.
and exploring and doing passive damage and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Being a
or-
little bit sneaky and
yeah.
whatever it might be. I especially like the chain reaction because it takes out the whole board, just like he took out a whole plane full of guys.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I think they did really good again
Yeah.
sitting on flavor on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I really like about this whole Secret Lair, actually, starting with the God of War, moving to Uncharted. Next up, we've got Horizon. In the next episode, we're doing Ghost of Tsushima
And both The Last of Us.
both the Last of Us games. All of it seems to be filled with a lot of flavor.
With a lot of flavor.
That fits the games, but also fits Magic.
Yeah. I think so far they've been, like, when they do it in this condensed format, they're not restricted by the need to spread it out over 150 cards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They can just really cram the flavor.
Yeah, and they
into
don't
each
need to
card.
pretend that each set needs a new mechanic, and they don't need to do.
Yeah.
They don't need to do that. We
Yeah.
don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
That being said, it's nice to see some flavor with these cards.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We are hopping into Horizon Into the Forbidden West
Mhm.
is the set that they've done specifically here. We'll start off with Alloy, Savior of Meridian. So it's a 5 CMC, 3 generic, a green and a blue for a
Simic.
Yeah, Simic.
Gotta love a Simic.
It feels kind of odd, but also I agree.
Mm-hmm.
For a 3/5 legendary creature, human warrior with vigilance and reach. I just want to back up for a moment there. 5 CMC, 3/5 vigilance, reach feels real good. It feels real good, especially
Also
in
really flavorful.
Yeah.
She has a bow. Makes sense. She's an archer. We like it. The vigilance part, though, the whole game is based around exploration and climbing the top of dinosaurs and robot dinosaurs, I guess I should say, and seeing the land. Like it just fits.
Yeah, absolutely. The ability is called In You, All Things Are Possible. It says whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack, discover X, where X is the greatest power among them.
I love Discover.
Discover is a phenomenal mechanic.
I love Discover so much.
It fits over top of Horizon really, really well. Like you just said, you're climbing to the top of giant dinosaur heads and discovering.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. I think they've just done that really, really well. I'm very excited to see what people do with this card.
Again, this is another card. I didn't really play the Horizon games a lot, but this is a card where the flavor is so on point. I want to build it just to build it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And between all of them, the art has been phenomenal. I think the art in the Horizon specifically
is just so
fresh.
Yeah.
It feels clean. It's refreshing. It's inviting.
Yeah.
I really like it.
But you still get that technological aspect as well. Like even in this card, it's a beautiful landscape. But then they've got the digital, like the tech edges around the outside of the top of the card. It's good.
It just feels good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next up, we've got Farseek, which, as we all know, is just a reprint here. 1 generic, 1 green for a sorcery that says search your library for a plains, island, swamp, mountain, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So this is just a go find a land. I do enjoy that it's a green card, but you can't go and find a green land. I've always enjoyed that about Farseek. It's just funny.
Yeah.
The reason we're highlighting this card is it is beautiful.
Like, I legitimately want like 8 copies of this card, one for each of my decks, and not all my decks run green.
Yeah.
Like I just want
put it in the sleeve with the commander and say, "This is my commander. It's underneath this Farseek, but I really want to show off this Farseek."
Exactly. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Up next, we have FAS-BOR7 Horus, which I'm not sure if you're supposed to spell it out or say it.
I'm pretty sure it's just Fast Bore 7
It
Horus.
might be,
I'm pretty sure it's, but
yeah.
maybe I'm wrong. Tell me.
Who knows? I also have not really played the games.
Yeah. They're
So
games I've always wanted to play, but I just haven't.
I just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, absolutely. So for fans of this, let us know. We would like to hear how you say this.
Our apologies if we butchered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a reskin of Blightsteel Colossus.
Which, just a great card.
Yeah, I'm not sure Blightsteel needed a reskin, to be honest.
You know, the nice thing though, it's a reskin of a very expensive card, which means this is going to be a very expensive card, which means other Blightsteel Colossus might come down in price a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe.
The reprint value might fluctuate a little bit here. It might be a little bit more accessible.
My guess is no. We're getting a head shake from our camera operator, and
if anything, I think it'll go up.
there's a chance.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but hopefully.
So we're looking at 12 generic. So 12 SimC, just 12 generic for an 11/11 trample, infect, indestructible. Every time I see this and I see that trample, infect, indestructible for 11/11, I'm like, why do people play this? And then I remember because people are horrible and they want to see you lose the game. Which, in all fairness, I understand. The game's about winning, and Blightsteel is a one-shot robot.
Yeah.
Right. Especially like I've seen it paired with Rogue's Passage and Access Tunnel and all that, where you make it unblockable. And, yeah.
I will eventually get a copy of this card. It's inevitable, and as soon as I do, it goes into Jenna's ninjutsu deck.
Yeah. How many times I see it in ninjutsu deck, like, oh, sorry, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
It will go in there. Be warned, people who play against Jenna's ninjutsu deck.
It does have more text on it. It does say if Fast Bore 7 Horus would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Fast Bore 7 Horus and shuffle it into its owner's library instead.
So not only is it indestructible, so it never dies, but if it does die somehow, it doesn't die.
It's just goes back into that into the library.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, there are ways of getting around that, right?
Yeah, so Exile still does get around it as well.
Yeah,
it's just if you somehow strip the indestructible and kill it normally, it's still not dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up, we've got Regalia's Wrath, which is a reskin of Tarian Soul Cleaver. This is a one generic. It's just one generic to get it out. Legendary artifact equipment. When you equip this, it does have an equip 2 cost, so that's where it gets a little bit more expensive, but equip 2 is pretty standard. Equip creature has vigilance, so just right off the bat, fits the theme. It's the bow that what's her name? Alloy uses, so it fits the theme of giving vigilance. I like that. Whenever another artifact or creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on equipped creature. Again, I don't like this set because it's giving a lot of power to Jenna's cards.
Yeah.
Jenna has a vigilance deck using Ojutai, and this is just mean. This is just mean. So, as things die, if you build a wide token state, it is with this set designed around artifact creatures. So a lot of artifact creatures are tokens, think Thopters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you build a wide token state, and then they all die, and you just put some 1/1 counters on your commander.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually look at this and I think, I'm going to set myself up for a board wipe that won't kill my commander, but board wipe everything else on my board and everything else on everyone else's board, and then I'm just going to one-shot robot for 3 turns and game over.
Yeah.
Moving on, Thunderjaw.
Yeah. Up next, Thunderjaw, which is actually just Meteor Golem, which I love me a good Meteor Golem.
I love a good Meteor Golem.
Yeah.
A right time Meteor Golem is incredible.
So once upon a time, I don't run them in there anymore, but once upon a time, Meteor Golem was in Brago, and I would just bounce them.
It's just mean.
It's just gross.
It's just mean.
Yeah.
Stop. You're a terrible person.
Yeah. I kind of why I took them out, to be honest. I was like, this is such a hate thing, but I think I might need to put them in the upgrade that I'm doing.
That's fair. Yeah.
So Thunderjaw is a 7 generic mana for a 3/3 artifact creature golem. All it says is when this creature enters, destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls.
Yeah. Just good.
Non-land permanent is really, really good.
It's just really good.
7 to do that, and a 3-3 on its own, a little bit steep.
I think the big thing with Meteor Golem by itself, and this is maybe just my knowledge of the game, but it's really easy to discount generic mana.
It is, yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're able to get some discount pieces out, it's
Yeah.
going out. It's going out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this set heavily focuses on artifacts, machine tribal decks, you know, where it's artifact creatures or artifacts in general just doing stuff,
Yeah.
which, once again, fits the theme of the game. Giant robot
Absolutely.
dinosaurs doing stompy things. That's what
Yeah.
we like to see.
Yeah.
Huge reprint value.
Huge reprint value in this one.
Huge.
Across the entire Secret Lair,
Well,
there's
yeah, I
huge
mean,
reprint value.
yeah. But this set specifically, you got
Yeah.
some massive cards that are hard to find that maybe you scoop one up if you get a Secret Lair. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of wraps up our first episode here. We will
Yeah.
be doing a second on the other sets we missed, The Last of Us and The Ghost of Tsushima. So
Yeah,
stay tuned for
I
that.
look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess with that, guys, just remember, keep the deck about you, game all about the gathering. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night.